Welcome to our coverage, and I'm so proud and glad to be right after this dazzling, breathtaking event that we have just witnessed and ended a few minutes ago. This inspiring event in the ancient city of the Thebes, home to 1/3 of the world's antiquity, is to mark the launch of this major campaign promoting the city as the world's greatest open-air museum. The ceremony saw the inauguration of this 3,000-year-old ancient walkway of the Avenue of the Sphinx, in which the reenactment of the ancient Egyptian Opt Festival took place. During the annual Opt Festival, priests trod the 2,700-meter-long great professional path known as the Avenue of the Sphinx, from the Karnak to Luxor temples, bearing a wooden bark holding the shrine of the triad of the deities Amun-Ra, Mut, and Khonsu. Through the ancient walkway that has nearly 1,057 human-headed Sphinx or Sphinx-headed humans walking in lines on both sides, priests, royalty, and those humans walked in processions to celebrate this Opt Festival, or this very spectacular ceremony that we have just seen. 309 statues have been excavated in good conditions right before this inauguration, and the walkway was built during the reign of the pharaoh Nektembu, the first of the 13th dynasty. It replaced one that was built in the 18th dynasty as Queen Hatshepsut recorded on the walls of her red chapel in the Karnak temple. Hatshepsut built six chapels dedicated to the god Amun-Ra on the routes of the avenue during her reign, demonstrating its longevity as a place of religious significance. The ceremony tonight started with a gradual panoramic illumination of Luxor Temple and the Avenue of the Sphinx, and it was celebrated from the air, land, and the River Nile. Hot air balloons, feluccas, and youth parades in pharaonic clothes, as we've just seen few minutes ago. And also it has witnessed a musical concert that was held under the leadership of the great maestro Nader Abbasi, who is also the music director. The music was composed by Ahmed El-Mungi and Abbasi both together, and performed by the United Philharmonic Orchestra and the Shwa, featuring the soloist Shahda Izz in the first call, Heidi Musa in Hatshepsut, Izz Al-Ustul in Amun-Ra, and Wael El-Fishni in Luxor, our town. We have seen this beautiful Luxor, our town. Remember, there was an old film that the Rida troupe has performed during this film, and that was part of that film, or commemorizing this beautiful area. The exact name of the film was Gharam fil Karnak, in which this city is witnessing this great event. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has inaugurated this great ceremony that was attended by the First Lady, a number of high-ranking officials, ambassadors, and intellectuals, and world-renowned figures. Also, the president started with walking through this way along with the Minister of Antiquities, and here is part of the inauguration. Let's watch. Right, welcome back. And to highlight this beautiful event of tonight, we have with us here Mr. Ahmed Badr, tourism expert. And thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm speechless.
I'm speechless also. I really don't know from where to start and from where to begin. And this beauty that we have just seen few minutes ago and just ended. Let me take here how you received, or how did you start this event, or you saw this event from the very beginning? Because honestly speaking, it was a breathtaking issue.
It is breathtaking. I'm speechless. I have to say that exceeded my expectations, and I think exceeded our expectations. Although we had very high expectations from the Mummies Parade, the Golden Mummies Parade.
The greatest parade.
Exactly. So
yes,
our expectations were very high. So to exceed these high expectations, that means everybody worked in this amazing event. They deserve, I don't know, a big clap, a great thank you, you know.
Great appreciation to their hard work.
Exactly.
Because this is a hard work, what we have seen.
It is everything, you know, the lighting, the music, the dances, and it's just not music and dances. It's all related to ancient Egyptian civilization. It's just like the Golden Mummies Parade. It's not just, you know, many people, they think just music, they think just dance. No, it's the same music, the same ways of dance that ancient Egyptians used to play. You know, you see their ways of dances on the walls of the temples and the tombs. So they did the same. It's almost the same instruments that they used. Of course, the harp, which they invented. Actually, they invented almost 90% of the things we have today. So the drums, the great
So we're speaking
music.
about 160 musicians.
Exactly.
We're speaking about dozens of professionals, technicians, Egyptologists, hieroglyphics specialists.
Yes.
All these all together.
Even the songs, it's in ancient Egyptian language, which they used to call Ra-en Kemet. That means the tongue of Kemet. Kemet is the ancient name of Egypt.
Yes.
So this is Kemet, that's the origin of the word Coptic. Coptic means Egyptian. It's a nationality, it's not a religion. So Coptic means Egyptian, coming from Kemet. So you have such, they brought the words and they went to specialists in ancient Egyptian language, which is, by the way, it's the same Coptic language that is used today in the churches. This is the transformation or the modern way of speaking ancient Egyptian language. So it is the same with some twists that the experts they know about. So what they were singing today, and they were singing on the Golden Mummies Parade, that is the ancient Egyptian language. So I remember the first time when I heard the Isis song and the Golden Mummies. First I thought it's an opera, and then no, this is not Italian, it's not English, it's not French. And then something inside me said, okay, this is not strange for you. This is ancient Egyptian language. And then it was right. That was so. Introducing Luxor, introducing Egypt in such a way, it's not just helping tourism. Of course, it helps tourism amazingly. But it helps all of Egypt, you know, to put all of Egypt in its place. You know, we are Egypt. I am proud. We are proud. We are Egypt. We are. Egypt came and then history. We are the origin of almost everything. Almost. Even the story of Cinderella, that was originally Egyptian. See, even the smallest things, it's originally Egyptian. So
I have to say here that the year started with the announcement of the new republic, and with a number of announcements that followed up or followed after this announcement until today, giving the message of Egypt is back.
yes.
It really is. Egypt is.
And that's a
back.
strong message after what happened, and that was almost taking Egypt away from the world like it did with other countries. But that is a strong message. We are back, we are here, we're not going anywhere. We have the strongest roots, so it's known that a tree with the strong roots, the wind can never take it off. It can just go with it, but it will still there. So we have the strongest roots, not just the strong roots.
Right. Let me start with asking you some questions so our audience would really understand why the choice of this place and why the name of this ceremony was the Abt Festival, and why I guess people would really want to understand all what is behind this.
Well, our grandfathers, ancient Egyptians, they had their religion and their philosophy in life built on celebrating life, celebrating death. So they had many festivals year-round. One of them is the Abt. The other were called the Osirian, as much as I remember. It was celebrating God Osiris.
Indeed.
This one, it's celebrating God Amun-Ra and his wife. So what happened today is the same that was going on 2,000, 3,000 years ago. They started the parade from Luxor Temple by these boats, holding them, going through the Avenue of Celebration. That is the original name of the Avenue of the Sphinxes. It's the Avenue of Celebrations. It's linking the two great temples of Luxor and Karnak, which both of them, they were built over several years. Karnak temples were built over 1,000 years. Luxor temple was built around 150 years or so, or 200. But Karnak, until the latest time of Egypt, kings were adding things to it. Kings were renovating things in it. So Karnak is the largest religious complex in the whole world. It's huge. It's to cover it, to know every place on it, you need at least 1 day just for Karnak temple. Just for it. So they used to do the same celebration that was done today by the priests, by the dancers, going from Luxor temple all the way to Karnak temple with the boat holding a statue of the wife of god Amun-Ra, taking the boat to the holy place inside the Karnak temple, where another statue of god Amun-Ra to receive his wife and his son. And you can find some drawings and texts around this, and the whole people of Egypt were celebrating that. So that was like what we call today Mulid. You know, they were talking about Mulid Abu al-Haggaj in Luxor. It's this
just
small...
for people to understand, Mulid is a special celebration that is held in Egypt for the birth anniversary of some
religious, yes,
religious
Prophet Muhammad,
yes.
or his, yes. So in each city there is like a mosque or a shrine for a holy man or a religious man that the people of this city, they celebrate. Some of these Mulids or festivals are very known, so these other people come from other towns to celebrate it. Like Al Hussein Mulid in Cairo, they come from all over Egypt. Abu al-Haggaj, they come from all over Upper Egypt to go to Abu al-Haggaj festival or Mulid. And the minister was talking that they celebrating until today with the same 4
rituals
boats,
and
yes. That were our grandfathers used to do 3,000 years ago. They were 3 boats, now they are 4. The 4th one is for Abu al-Haggaj himself. So it's, the DNA is there. We are the
ancestors.
Exactly.
Yes. If I may just remind people that this great, dazzling ceremony was to announce the city as the world's, or the city of Luxor, as the world's greatest open-air museum. Let me here take your reading to announcing such a city as an open museum and how the world would perceive that, because I am aware that most of people, and particularly foreigners with European or Western nationalities, are usually dazzled when they go to this very particular area of Aswan and Luxor and the Upper Egypt. So,
not just them, even us, or I go there usually, just let's say before the COVID, I used to go there at least once a month to Luxor and Aswan. So I've been there hundreds of times. Each time I go there, I am really dazzled. There is something there. They say it's something in the air. I would say it's an energy. Our grandfathers, they were masters in this. They knew how to find energy and how to use it. So they did not choose any location by coincidence. No, you know, the location of the Great Pyramid is known. You know, it has a certain power, certain energy that they knew. So that's why they built the pyramids there. Luxor city, it's the same. Aswan is the same. So when you go there, you feel really relaxed and relieved, even if you're doing nothing. You know, even if you have all the troubles in your life, in your head, you feel relief somehow. There's something about this. So announcing Luxor as an open-air museum, of course, that's a great thing. Now people can just definitely we will have many people who will want to walk between the two temples. That is that is a great thing by itself. We can have other ways of moving people there. We'll see, you know, just days will tell us. But for now, I hope we can do such a festival at least once a year. It doesn't have to be that glamour.
Right. Yes, that
but
glamorous. Yes.
doing an event like that each year for the normal tourists, because today it was an official opening, official, you know, attendees. So imagine if we have such an event each year, how many people will come? You know, just come to listen live the ancient Egyptian language. Just come and see the ancient Egyptian dances, music. You can have the whole city of Luxor full during an entire month. And the best time for doing that is either September or maybe January. You know, November anyway, it's a high.
Yes, here is the dazzling event.
Exactly.
And those are the lined up Yemen Sphinx-headed, and all those beautiful Egyptians taking place in this.
It's all these things, you know, it's taken from the walls of the temples and the tombs. It's
Yes.
not just something that someone came up with. No.
Yes, if I may.
And that says we can do things. We can impress the world. We can impress the world.
But I myself am so much impressed. Imagine
Exactly.
the world and how they saw these beautiful performance and show. Yes, indeed. And if I may get back to you, okay. Before we continue on with our discussion, let's just take a very short break with this beautiful song that also came during this ceremony. So let's get this break with this beautiful song of Hamay and Malmer, and we'll come back.
في جنة على أرضنا وجالنا العالم قال هنا مكاننا من بداية الحياة من كل البلاد بلدنا فيها حجر بينطق تاريخنا واللي يشهد يعيش جوا روحنا هنا بداية الحياة. لف الدنيا دور ودور قولي فين تشوف تصور سحر يعيش سنين تصور كل ده عندنا تتفسح تعيش تدور مفيش زيها مفيش الأقصر رحلة ما تنتهيش وأكتر بكتير من كده حلوة وناسها حلوة شوفوا الجبل شوفوا الخيال وشوفوا نيلها حلوة بلدنا حلوة الكون بحاله وبجماله مش في جمالها حلوة وناسها حلوة شوفوا الجبل شوفوا الخيال وشوفوا نيلها حلوة بلدنا حلوة الكون بحاله وبجماله مش في جمالها ولف الدنيا دور ودور قولي فين تشوف تصور سحر يعيش سنين تصور كل ده عندنا.
Right, welcome back. And did you see? Beautiful, beautiful song.
Definitely, I'll see it. I'll watch it again when I go home, and I'll watch it again tomorrow. And until now,
We'll continue to watch it all night.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Here, if I may ask you about, I guess this is a very traditional one, but it has some significance. The leadership keenness to attend the inauguration of, or such an important inauguration, to attend himself, go to Luxor, attend the inauguration ceremony. How did you see that, and how the world see the keenness of the leadership to attend such important ceremonies for Egypt?
Well, I see it in different ways. First of all, that means the president is keen about tourism, of course. He mentioned it a few times before, many times before, as one of the main incomes for Egypt, national incomes for Egypt. And
Could we really say that it has, yes, this perspective showing Egypt from the tourism side, but also a political message that, please.
Politic, yes, yes. First, I would say he is personally he's keen about the history of Egypt. He is a proud Egyptian. He proud his history, and he is trying to show it to the world and show it to the Egyptians, because not that many Egyptians, unfortunately, because of many things happened, they don't know much about their history. Many of them, or some of them, they just thinking it's just some stones, and they don't really appreciate, or they don't know really the importance of that history. So he is telling the whole world, we have a history, it's a strong history, it's be proud of your history, be proud of your country, and also it's a political message. History is a main part of the politics everywhere. There are countries without history, they are trying to buy themselves a history by anything, by any means, just to say we are here, we can do, but Egypt, we are just showing a very small part of our Egypt, of our history. if you read throughout the Egyptian history, 100 years and 200 years and 500 years, or even with 1,000 years of history is just a part of our history. Imagine when Alexander the Great came to Egypt, conquered Egypt in the year around 330 before Christ, that 330 years before Christ was born. So that means 2,300 years back from today. When he came, the Great Pyramid was there for another almost 2,300 years, another 2,300 years. So imagine that. You know, it's
I just can't.
you know, it's just like the avenue of the celebrations, the avenue of the Sphinxes. It was started during the 18th dynasty. That was almost 14th century before Christ, and it was ended in the 4th century BC. So between us, the starting and the end, it's 1,000 years. You know, this avenue is used. It took 1,000 years to be built. So again, our history is amazing. It's more than amazing. It's not just the history. It's the way of life that ancient Egyptians used to live. It's just out of the world. You know, I really urge everybody to read about it, and especially to read about the idea of Ma'at. Ma'at is it's the justice, is the love, is the care. You know, it's every good thing in the world. They put it in this Ma'at idea. This is it's something I don't think that any civilization in the world until today they have something similar to it.
If today gives a message to the whole world that Egypt is back and that Egypt has great civilization and we are so proud to reveal our civilization, what message should it be giving to Egyptians themselves, since we're speaking about this fight of awareness, and since we're speaking about this national feelings, you know, this patriotic feelings inside the heart of every Egyptian that we used or we were raised up to feel those feelings. What message does tonight give to the Egyptians? And briefly, because I only have 1 minute.
Be proud. Be proud to be Egyptian. Patriot, you know, being a patriot is something that all countries in the world they do, and they push their citizens to have it, to be proud citizens. So be proud of the country. Be proud that 6-7 years ago we were about to just vanish. Now we are celebrating and we are giving the world something to celebrate,
yes,
something
indeed.
to see. So be proud of your history, be proud of your country today. Always be proud.
And be proud is the last word that I'm going to end this coverage with.
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed Badr, tourism expert, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very
As he said here, be proud. Please be proud, because we are so proud. We're so proud of our Egypt. We're so proud of what is going on in Egypt. And we are so proud to give this message to the world. Egypt is back. Many thanks for watching.